Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to my final wrap-up review of the ALC Avery Lane collection creation, not collection, creation subscription box. Right off the bat, this box was sent to me by Nikki for the purpose of review and sharing with you guys. I would have bought this box to try it out anyway. It's adorable. I love it. Like, if that's all you really want to know, like, I don't know why you bothered turning into this one and not just looking at the unboxings at this point. If you missed the unboxings, there'll be iCards, description box, all that kind of stuff. Last time I checked, the membership was still open for the subscription box for next month, I believe, which would be July 2022. I will be probably inadvertently comparing this box a lot to Yarnable, which is another subscription box that I have recently reviewed. And I still received that box because I loved it that much. So I don't think Nikki's going to have much of a problem with me comparing her to Cheryl's box, as they have a podcast together, Maker's Gonna Make. And both of these women are absolutely amazing, supportive of other entrepreneurs trying to get out there and being mentors to other people in our community, trying to help them build their brand, figure out where they really want to go and where they want to be with their business. So I don't think that's going to ruffle any feathers if I use that as a comparison, but that will probably be the only comparison I have. In the last bit of bad news, or news before I start heading into this, my notebook is missing. I have one notebook with all the subscription boxes I have reviewed since the beginning of this channel's information, what was in the box, what individual costs were per retail, where I ran the math on the averages and stuff. I do have the notes for one box on a post-it note in here, but we're gonna have to do a little screen heavy stuff. I'm gonna have to put things up on the screen to tell you what the information is for most of these items, instead of being able to do my normal, this is what it was, this is what it was, here we go. So let's crack on. I'm not sure if anything I said just made sense, because to me, I feel like I sound like a Chihuahua who's been hitting the espresso shots too much. So, well, maybe more of like a collie or a husky running around. But yeah, like I said, to me sound like I've been hitting the caffeine. And oddly enough, no, not that much. So, month one, let's jump right in. Go ahead and jump. I don't want to get copyright strike. All right. So I think I have everything broken out into the appropriate 3 months. So the first month I got was January. And birds of a feather was the theme. Okay. I was like, I know there's a theme to these. Where is it? Birds of a feather. So we got a little Lindor truffle, which now I can officially take up to my husband and let him have. We got some chicken poop chapstick. We got a sticker. And an enamel pin badge. And I love the yarn chicken pin badge. Oop. I missed my basket. And then I got a really sweet note from Nikki thanking me for agreeing to review her box. Like, I'm doing her some sort of, like, no. This was a favor to me, not the other way around. So the yarn that we got is Hummingbird Hues, and I made a cowl. And this sat blocked. I think it's something music by CJ Crochet. Once again, I will try to have everything linked in the description box down below. But this was right at the size where I could wear it as a cowl or a baby shawlette. And I spent like 2 months with this sitting on the block. Like, I blocked it, dried it. I took it off at some point and then was just looking at it, like trying to figure out, did I want to leave it flat or did I want to sew it into the cowl? Because there wasn't quite enough length in the top edge to be able to pin it into a cowl, unless I did something like my cufflink idea that I used for the serape poncho wrap thing. Anyway, I absolutely love this pattern and this yarn together. It is open and lacy, but it really lets all the individual speckle work show. So one of the things that I keep hyping about this box and every single one is Nikki does focus on the crocheter as her primary person she's trying to reach with her yarns. She is primarily a crocheter. She is a new knitter, but she dyes for crocheters and makes most of her things, I think, instantly are perfect for a crocheter to work with, which is also why all 3 months I crocheted my project. So that is month number 1. Month number 2 is March. I am not on her regular mailing list, and this is kind of like the first time she's done this, so I did get forgotten on February. But in March, she more than made up for it. So the theme of this one was Mad About Art, I think. Anyway, something like that. And part of the problem of reviewing these things is I can't play with any of the extras until after I'm done with the review series because I want to keep things together so I don't lose them. Anyway, we have a jasmine green tea, which is always a win for me because I'm always down for a tea. We have a label. And we got this amazing rose patchouli vanilla candle. And it's what you wish every head shop smelled like, but it never does. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, that patchouli sandalwoody smell gives you a very particular place, but this is such a feminine and hyper clean version of that idea. Any type of hippie shop, really, but it's like the cleanest hippie store that you've ever been to. But there's like this patchouli warmth, then there's some vanilla sweetness, and then there's that rose, just like freshness, cleanness. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then we also got a little Skein Coat, which I'm working on a project right now that this is necessary for. So you're already starting to see, like, if you watch the Yarnable unboxings, you will already be seeing why I think these are so similar. Aside from the fact, yes, I know these two know each other. I know these two are friends. The boxes are very similar in the thought. They're different. They're definitely different. But in the thought that goes into the box. These are very, very well thought out and planned boxes for giving you a punch of yummy, colorful goodness as far as the yarn goes. And all of these extras have been very useful things or are creating, a distinct ambiance for your crafting time. I mean, like when this went out in March, we're in that in-between season where it's not quite warm yet. It's not quite winter anymore, but you still want to kind of nighttime, you want to curl up and have that like warm, cozy scent, or like Saturday, you just want to stay in your PJs or take a shower and get in fresh PJs, have that hot beverage and curl up with a nice scent. Make your yarn all cozy too, and just curl up and enjoy the experience. Make it a sensual experience with your crafting. So even if it's something that's still going to be used up by the time you're done with the box, it's something that's going to have created a moment and a memory. These aren't junky things thrown into bulk out of box. These are very high quality items to make the experience more. And I really am finding the more of these boxes I have unboxed over the last 3.5 years now, I'm really finding that's something that a lot of these things are definitely missing. We have seen it before in some boxes. We've seen that front edge of things, but just that the passion for the crafter and the passion as a crafter showing up in the subscription box. And I think that's why, there are certain boxes I just keep talking about on this channel. I talk about the Tea Doddles bags. I talk about getting my Yarnable. Keep waxing on poetic about what I think about this box. And it's because these are crafters making for crafters, makers making for makers. And their investment in this is for a whole experience, an enjoyable experience, and what they would genuinely like to get themselves as makers. So it makes us feel more satisfied getting the box, and it makes it more exciting. It makes it more interesting. Not everything every month is like perfection, but 98% of everything is perfect for any crafter. Whereas Yarnable does focus a little bit more knit heavy, I think. I mean, the patterns she's given out, like with the boxes, have all been knit patterns. There's no, I crocheted when I did that review. There's no reason you couldn't crochet her yarn. This is kind of like, to me, the crocheter's equivalent of Yarnable, where it really is that same unctuous experience, but made for a different crafter. And it makes me so happy. So month 2's yarn was this one, now that I've just endlessly, and I know the label's upstairs on my desk, and I have been looking at it over and over again and forgot the name of it. So it's here on the screen. And this is the Mexican Manteleta by Entrelac Cat. I just started another one of these and another yarn that's been sitting in my stash for a while, and I can't wait to finish that one. So I did very strongly block this out when I finished it, but it's lacy, it's light, it makes for a beautiful draping cowl, and all those colors have their opportunity to be seen. I think this looks like birthday confetti, personally. This is the birthday month. I did not get the birthday month because I only do these subscription boxes for 3 months, and that's what I told Nikki at the beginning. But I so wish I had got the birthday yarn. But this does remind me of Funfetti. It's bright and it's yummy. And I love the fact she used this minty blue-green as the background to all these beautiful colors and speckles. Once again, it's something I wouldn't have thought to do. I think this is one of those perfect pattern, perfect yarn combos. I seem to have a couple of those when I do these subscription box reviews. I think I spend more time really focusing on what's going to highlight the yarn. So I end up with some really interesting combinations of things that I might not necessarily think to do. And I have the single, these are DK weight, I believe. $246. It says, yeah, it says DK right there where my thumb was. Yeah, so I'm getting the single DK weight. So this is, once again, one ball shawl, but I love it. And once again, how perfectly did this crochet up? This would have made another beautiful cowl. This would have worked up beautifully in a non-lace pattern. I just wanted something I could wear all the time. And it's so bright and colorful, like, it's hot here. If I haven't told you guys before, it gets hot here in the South. Just a little hot. And I wanted something I could wear year round. I wear shawls a lot to church on Sunday just to cover up my shoulders. Sometimes it's cold in a restaurant. You want something just to keep the breeze off. Because without fail, like, the person who's always cold natured is always going to be the one that sat directly under our register for an AC. So anyway, our third month. I thought this was a blast and a half. So month number 3 is April. And this is the one where I do have my Post-it note to share with you guys. So this is Girls Night Yarn. And I once again, and I've told you guys this before, I am a sucker for a theme. It doesn't have to be an overt theme, but just kind of like that loose theme. So extras were a little on the thinner side this month, but for a reason. So we have a champagne toast hand sanitizer. And then we have a bag. But we have a very nice bag. So this is I would actually say this is a two skein bag, but you easily could put a little bit more in here. If you look at my review or the unboxing, when I unboxed this, I was going on about why I love this style bag. We get a little needle case. There's a little snap in, snap out pouch. But this is one of those bags. It's actually, I think, was originally meant as a makeup bag by this maker. I know they sell these under their makeup bag collection. But when you look inside of this bag, we have little net pouches here for you to be able to put things down into. So like if it were makeup, that's where you could put like your foundation bottle or something like that, if you need something to be upright. But we also have all these elastic bands in here as well. And these are wonderful for holding. You got like the hook size ones, and then you've got your accessory sized ones. I love these kinds of bags. And then when you're working, if you use this as like a big ball sack, you can set your ball down straight in the middle, fold it back like this, and perfectly work out of it. The project I'm doing right now, I think I could fit both cakes stacked in there and still do the same thing. And oddly enough, the color of yarn is... Anyway, I love this style bag. I think it works beautifully for a crafter. Once again, this is one of those attention to detail makers picking for makers. Like, I don't know. I think part of it is getting older, and part of it is, I wouldn't say maturing, but wanting to ensure 100% that my money is going into things I'm genuinely going to use. It's one of those, I'm at that weird age where I don't wear high heels anymore. I might wear like a little kitten heel, a 1-inch heel or something when I'm wearing a dress just to create a nice line. But like, I don't wear heels anymore because it hurts my back. It hurts my feet. I like to dress up, but I don't want to pay for it for 4 days. I want quality, not necessarily quantity. So I'm in that weird, like, my choices are changing anyway in life mode. But this is one of those, it just makes me so happy that everything is so useful and so functional and so practical for any crafter who's receiving this box. So the hand sanitizer was $1.60. The bag is $14.99 on the Threaded Pear website. And then our hank of yarn. Now this is called Braless by 9, which, love the name. 100% down for the name. And this is what I made with it. So this is another I've been very into the open lace stuff. So please bear with me that is what I did with these last two projects here. There's some weird sounds coming from outside my door. There's nobody here but me and the cat, so it kind of freaked me out a little bit because it sounded like somebody rustling through papers. No, it's the cats rolling around playing outside my door. They were asleep when I came downstairs, so I really didn't expect them up. Anyway, yeah, what I was saying is bear with me with the whole, like, everything's these open lace patterns. I absolutely have been into them recently. But you can see the absolute beautiful nature of the yarn. We have those oranges and reds with the little deeper pops. There's like some plummy tones in here. Absolutely love it. So this is diamond something shawlette, but it definitely did not make a shawl size. I am going to remake this in a shawl size. I have the yarn pulled for that too, because I really like the pattern. But I love how this looks. And once again, for somebody who lives in the muggy South, where even when it's, 30 degrees outside, it's still muggy and sticky. Having light but warm is always nice. So this is something I'll definitely be able to get somewhere out of. Probably not for the rest of this year, because we are hitting like the 90s already. There might be some mornings where like I could get away with wearing a scarf just as a necklace piece, kind of, decoration piece. But yeah, love it. Love it, love it. Love how this turned out. This literally just came off the blocking mat right as I realized that I couldn't find my notes. And I did spend an extra day trying to find my notes. This is on the bias. Like it is, I didn't make the bias on this super strong, and it make the line super strong on it when I blocked it. But yes, absolutely love it. And once again, we're talking another perfect Carrie color, because we know Carrie loves the hot pink. And like I said, oddly enough, my last month with Yarnable was an orange with pink. This is a pink with orange. So as we're continuing the conversation of why I love this so much, just cracked me up. So the yarn, $30. The total for this box was $51.09. You pay $39 for the regular box. The premium is $71. This one comes with the goodies you saw in the single skein. Premium is 2 hanks with premium only options for your extras. So I would say $71 when the yarn is already $60. You're getting a great deal anyway, as long as like the extras are stuff you're going to use. We have also gotten patterns. I know, was it March? I think was one of the things that the extras we got was a pattern. Love it. Love it. Love it. So 24 months saving, or 24% saved for this month off of the retail. I know everything else was in that 20 to 25 zone. I will have maths. So you can see the maths or maths. I don't know. I don't know what side to stick it on. I haven't done the typing yet, so I don't know where I'm sticking things. Anyway, yes. So love it. We're in that 20 to 25 zone, which like I said before, I don't expect quite that much savings when we're talking about an independent or small batch dyer. They genuinely are a small business. Their margin is much tighter on a lot of their things. So I do give a lot more wiggle room when we're dealing with these independent and small batch dyers for their subscription boxes. But we are over 20% off total save for the whole thing, for the whole kit, caboodle, and shebang. I am very happy with this box. I think the colors are interesting and dynamic. There is differences, which is why it's each month has a theme. Each month. Calm down, pick words. Each month has themes because there are more than one color option for what you could obtain or get in your subscription box. You could have had 1 of 4 different colors almost every single one of these months, which I think is amazing. You do have an option for what weight yarn you get your subscription on, which once again, that's pretty standard now, but absolutely wonderful. I'm doing a lot of talking on top of already being very thirsty. But yeah. So I'm sorry everything had to be put on the screen and I couldn't read things out as we went along. But I would definitely say if you're looking for that box that gives you just that, like I said, it's almost making it a sensuous experience. And we hyper misuse that word for sexualized experiences only, but it is a very, it's luxurious feeling. It's very thoughtful feeling. Things about this will give you the moment of appreciation where you're really enjoying what you're making and doing. And that can continue on into other projects with the extras that are included. But you also will have the memory of, you know, the moment you were enjoying working with a specific project or making this specific project, or you know, you need a pick-me-up and you just want to feel the moment, be a part of the moment. I don't want to sound like too woo, but I think it's very important and part of our self-care routine. And many of us do use our crafting as part of our self-care to really dive in and enjoy those moments. So I would definitely say this is a 4.5, 5 star out of 5 stars. This has been an amazing experience. I would hands down pay for this box, which I may or may not be signing up for after I film this video. I promised myself I'd only do one yarn box, so that's what makes it so hard, because I really would love to keep my yarnable, but maybe I'll have to do both. I just love them. They're so pretty. And the colors speak to me, and there's differences, and yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to just, like I tend to want to do. I would say you're getting good value for your money. The colors are very exciting. This is superwash, or not superwash wool. This is, well, it is, but it's superwash wool and nylon blend. So it's a very standard yarn. It's a very easy yarn if you do the single skeins and just want to kind of save up some and kind of mix some things together later on. You very easily can do that with this. This is a yarn that's very easy to match later on if you just want to get the one skein and enjoy it. But sometimes you want to be able to mix it with other things. There's nothing wrong with that. There are a couple things where I would have definitely mixed. Actually, month 1 came with a mini skein too. I'm not sure where my mini skein is. That should have been down here in the box, but that came with a purple mini skein as well. For whatever reason, forgot to mention that, but yeah, 5 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5. I mean, is anything truly perfection? So we'll err on caution, 4.5 out of 5. Love it. Definitely think it's a good buy. I definitely think you guys will enjoy the box. The Facebook group is not, Nikki's very super active in there. The group isn't super active, but that's also where she shares a lot of patterns and gives you updates. Like if you want to test one of her new patterns and stuff, that is the first group she goes to be like, hey, you guys, this is what I'm doing. Also, she jumps in there and says, hey, what do you guys think of these colors for next month's color palette? Or, hey, this is the theme. Do you guys have a color palette you want to share? So it is definitely a lot of fun because you feel like you're actually invested in what you're going to be getting, not just like the money, but you're invested in the process as well. So anyway, Nikki, thank you so much for the opportunity to review your beautiful subscription box. Guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as I have. I'm going to go finish weaving in my ends now that everything's blocked and sewn, and I'm going to go wear everything and enjoy it because, yeah, it's pretty and I like it. I don't care if I look weird. You guys take care. I love you, and I will see you guys real soon.